Hello, everyone. Welcome to our information session. We are very happy that you have joined us, and we just want to give you an overview about our FEMER program. First of all, I would like to congratulate you on the holy days, and of course on the Easter. Happy Easter and Ramadan Kareem. I'm just going to give you a very short talk about the FEMER overview. My name is Randa Reda. I am a professor of immunology and clinical pathology, and I have been assigned as the program director in 2021, last November, and I am happy to be among you today. I will give you a short talk. It's not more than 7 to 8 minutes about what is FEMER and what's the FEMER mission and the achievements of the that has been done through the years. So what does FEMER stand for? FEMER stands for FAIMER, is the foundation for the advancement of the international medical education and research. It was established in 2000 in Philadelphia at the United States, and it is considered to be a non-profit foundation supporting the missions of the ECFMG, which is the Educational Commission for the Foreign Medical Graduates. It was first erected to help in the education of the foreign graduates. Lately, in 2021, the T-Health, which is a big organization, has been created, and it supported the health professions and both the FEMER Institute and the EFMG graduates. So this is something new, and by this there are new laws according to this FEMER Institute. It's very important to understand that the mission and the vision of the FEMER is through conducting data analysis to support the education of the physicians and the other healthcare professionals through the whole world, and to develop resources on healthcare workforce that is used by the global communities. FEMER has graduated about 2,000 FEMER fellows, and they are the alumni. They belong to 59 countries worldwide, and they have been there for 21 years. And of course, they have constructed the International FEMER Institute has been very interested in spreading the education through the whole world, and that's why they have constructed 9 regional institutes. And our institute, which is the MENA FRI, which is the Middle East North African FEMER Regional Institute, was lucky enough to be constructed here in Faculty of Medicine, Ain Shams University. We all know about it. That is considered to be one of the largest educational medical institutes in the Middle East and North Africa. It is founded in 1947, and it constitutes, of course, many numerous programs, and it is privileged by continuous scientific research for the local and the international health. So what does the Ain Shams University MENA FRI give? It's considered to be an official representative of the International FEMER Institute in Philadelphia. It is open for both the healthcare professionals and the physicians who live in North Africa and the Middle East. It is considered to be delivering the International FEMER Institute curriculum and adapting this curriculum to the region. So each region has the main core as that of the International FEMER Institute, and there is some certainly adaptations which belongs to each region. But it should be noticed here that the graduates of the regional institutes from every institute, these graduates are known as FEMER fellows, and they will, after graduation, belong to the global FEMER community. They are granted a certificate that is recognized internationally. The FEMA application is through a project-based application and through the many questions, as some of us have already applied, in which they have to write their CV, and they have to understand their prospects and their vision, and they have to apply with a project. And that's the very important point is that the FEMA Institute is considered to be a project-based program. So in our institute, two batches have already been graduated, and these are 162 fellows working, graduating two batches, and still on the process of graduating every year. And we have graduated 79 female fellows, and 53 faculty work with them, faculty and advisors, and these faculty and advisors belong together with the FEMA fellows and the alumni belong to 40 universities, considering about 8 nationalities. The number of the fellows are in the 4 batches range from 40 to 42 along the years, as we are seeing, and the program structure that has been developed and has been adopted by the International FEMA Institute goes through 2 years. It's finished after 2 years, and it depends upon 2 residential sessions which are applied or developed, delivered face-to-face, and online sessions which are synchronous sessions, and there are also asynchronous sessions. This is the accredited certificate that is delivered and granted for the fellows who have successfully finished their graduation or the 2 years program, and it is signed by the International FEMA Institute and the program director, as well as the dean of our university. Now, it's not only about the scientific research and the education, but it's about the community. Unfortunately, last year we weren't able to deliver the residential sessions face-to-face, but the year before, for 2 years, we have been able to deliver it, and many faculties have worked together to deliver the synchronous and the asynchronous sessions. This is our community, and we develop working together with the community faculty and with the fellows. These are some photos of our fellows and discussing the project. This is Dr. Hala. She's among our prestigious faculty. And last but not least, I just want to give you some photos of the graduation ceremony that has been held for both batches after the corona, and we were able to deliver this ceremony for both the 2019 and the 2020. Everyone is happy here. This is Dr. Samar, who is the program director, the previous program director and the founder of this program, and she is a faculty for the program. And these are the fellows, the dean and the president of our university. And thank you very much. This is just a short presentation about what is FEMA and why is it erected in our country. Thank you very much, and you are more welcomed for questions after our prestigious faculty just giving us short talks and presentations about the different programs, different subjects, and the curricula of our program. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Professor Randa, for this precious information and for the nice photo, unforgettable memories of our batch. Okay. Good evening, everyone. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. وكل سنة وحضراتكم طيبين. رمضان كريم. I'm Hala Wakil, Professor of Medical Parasitology at Shams University and FEMER Fellow 2019 batch. I'm now ASU MENA FRI faculty member, Associate Editor of Parasitologist United Journal, and member of the Scientific Committee for the Promotion of Professor and Associate Professors of Medical Parasitology. Randa said ASU MENA FRI is a project-based program. And it is well known that there are a lot of useful and fruitful projects that are implemented by FEMER fellows that enrich the medical education field. And by the way, ASU MENA FRI is Samar Abdelazim's FEMER project. When you apply to the ASU MENA FRI, you have to submit a proposal for a project in the field of medical education. To finalize this project and achieve your dream, you need different qualities like program management and evaluation, education, scholarship and research, education methods, leadership and management. So, as you see, your project is the central framework upon which you will apply the educational, leadership, and management learning throughout the institute. Starting with the project management and evaluation, or PME. The question is, why PME? Why PME is one of the FEMER curriculum themes. FEMER seeks improvement of the health of communities by improving health professions education through collective exploration and problem solving. It strives for tangible results from the activities that will lead to healthier communities. So why is PME important? You, as a change agent in your institute, will be able after PME course to determine the importance and visibility of the proposed project that you submit by analyzing the current situation in your institute to find the rationale why your project is important and what is the problem that your project is designed to address and how will addressing this problem contribute to improved societal health. And to describe the desired outcome. What's the outcome? What will change as a result of your project? And accordingly, you will put a strategic plan towards project milestone. And to map your stakeholder system and its strengths. You know how to choose your team, who can help you plan and implement your project. And to develop indicators for monitoring and evaluation your project in all the process till you achieve your goal. And to identify data and method how to collect this data to monitor your and evaluate your project, and to identify to determine the challenges that may confront your project, the obstacle and the strengths that will affect your project, so you can identify and overcome any difficulties. So, as a conclusion, program management and evaluation is a process that helps improve performance and achieve results of the project. And its goals is to improve current and future management of outputs, outcomes, and input. How PME will be delivered during the institute. It will be face-to-face, inshallah. And as I said before, the residential session, you will apply the concept and the method to your individual project. Then during the PME session, we'll work on your project in small group discussion setting in independent work period. The purpose of this discussion with other fellows and faculty is to further develop and refine your project. The discussion will focus on both specific and more general aspects of project and details of implementation and evaluation. This will create community of practice with fellows from different fields with sharing experience. At the end, I want to thank you all for your attendance and waiting for any inquiries. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hala, for this presentation. And we will start our second presentation by Professor Dr. Ilham Yusri. She's going to give us a brief about the leadership. تفضلي دكتور إلهام.
Good evening, everyone.
Yourself.
My slide is shared, Dr. Randa.
Yes, very much shared. Yes.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure and honor to be with you in this information session. My name is Ilham Yusri. I'm professor of pediatrics, Cairo University. I got my master's degree in medical education in 2010. Then I got my FEMER fellowship from Philadelphia in 2012. And happily, I am now an ASU MENA FRI faculty from the starting batch in 2019. It's my pleasure and honor to be with you. Happy Easter for everyone and Ramadan Kareem. And thank you for giving us this valuable time. These are some photos from the FEMER Philadelphia class 2012 that I'm honored to be a graduate of this class. Let us ask ourselves and imagine a team of people who cares to make things better continually, every day and every opportunity. Like this team, what they need to make things better continually, every day and every opportunity. If we ask ourselves this question, the answer will be simply they need leadership skills. Leadership skills, it is the skills that will enable people to get the better every day and every opportunity from people around them. And happily, in the ASU MENA FRI program, there is a great chance to hone the leadership skills and to improve your leadership skills by many things you will learn during this program. The first thing you will learn to enhance your leadership skill, firstly, is to understand your personality. And once you understand your personality, definitely you will know your strength and you will be able to maximize your strength. And by knowing yourself, you will be able to understand even people around you. So this is one of the major skills you will learn during ASU MENA FRI program. The second skill, which is very important to hone the leadership skills, is how to empower people around you to work in an effective team. Working in an effective team, it's one of the big learning moments in the ASU MENA FRI. And these are some photos in our class while we are working in a team, working together and learning together in a team. And definitely working in a team needs skills that we will get in the ASU MENA FRI. These are pictures of how we work in a team. Another skill you will get during the ASU MENA FRI program is managing difficult conversation. Definitely in any work, always there is difficult conversation between team members when the stake is high. And managing these difficult conversation will prevent conflict generation and will definitely help us to achieve our goals without too much fights. So managing difficult conversation is one of the leadership skills that we will learn in our ASU MENA FRI program. Another skill of a leadership skill that we will learn and we will work on it during the ASU MENA FRI program is how to manage change successfully. Definitely managing change is a fact of life. Change is highly needed for improvement. So managing change is one of the very important leadership skills to manage resistance and manage people around us, to make corrective action, to manage the sponsors. So managing change successfully is a highly needed skill. All these are leadership skills that we will learn during the ASU MENA FRI program. And learning such leadership skill in this program, it's not theoretically. We will learn this leadership skills in a very practical way through selecting and executing our project, as said by Dr. Hela and said by Dr. Randa. This program is a project-based program. So by selecting our own program and project, and by applying this project, we will apply all the leadership skills during executing our project in a very practical way. So we learn and we will apply. And I will end my presentation by this quote: leaders empower people to achieve goals for improvement. And definitely this is our aim in any work we went through. We want to achieve the goals of the work in our hand for improvement, and definitely leadership skills will enable us to do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ilham, for this short, nice presentation. It's really impressive, and I think it provokes some interest up here. And now we come to another interesting topic that has been taught for years now by Professor Dr. Muhammad Hassanin, the educational methods. And please, Dr. Muhammad, introduce yourself and share your presentation.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Actually, I am delighted to be with you today in this important session, information session about ASU MENA FRI, and I am pleased to introduce the educational method sessions, which are part or important part of our program. I am Muhammad Hassanin. I am a professor of clinical biochemistry and medical education. Currently, I am the consultant of Vice President for Academic Affairs in King Abdulaziz University in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And at the same time, I am the head of assessment unit in College of Pharmacy in King Abdulaziz University. I am proud that I am a consultant also of clinical biochemistry in King Abdulaziz University and a faculty member in ASU MENA FRI since 2019. I am academic reviewer in NCAA, which is responsible for accrediting all universities in Saudi Arabia. Regarding my FEMAR journey, which started in 2010 in CMCL FEMAR Regional Institute in India, Christian Medical College. Before it, I got my master's degree in medical education from Suez Canal University and Maastricht. And I am happy to be with you today in this session, just to introduce an important topics, which are assessment and teaching clinical skills. In our institute, we emphasize the quote of Miller, which is assessment drives learning. And by the way, as mentioned by Prof. Ilham, Prof. Hala, and Dr. Randa, we have more than one opportunity for learning and training. So the residential session, the two residential session, is not only the opportunity to learn. We have many. You have your project, you have a community and the network of faculties and the fellows from, as mentioned by Dr. Randa, 40 nationality or 40 countries. Okay. In the assessment session, we have certain outcomes related to writing learning outcomes in a standardized way. And by the way, we have a hand-on workshop for be trained on writing them. Also, we will go method through Miller pyramid for assessing both written, clinical, practical assessment, and how to select the appropriate assessment method to be used. Also, we have in our team in the assessment group, Dr. Mona Sheikh, Dr. Zainab Said, and Dr. Jihan Sadiq, and we will discuss validity, reliability, factors affecting them, and how to improve both validity and reliability for assessment, and to apply their concept for different assessment methods. How this information or how this session will be delivered? Starting by a prerequisite reading material, which will be sent in advance for all of you before the residential session, inshallah. And we have a face-to-face, including interactive mini lectures that cover all theoretical aspects related to assessment topics. Then the most important and the most interesting, which is related to the hands-on practical on writing, learning outcomes, and writing MCQs. And again, this is not just what we have in for assessment. You have in your project, if you select a project related to assessment, you have MLOB, and you will know more about the MLOB and online discussion. The second session is related to teaching clinical skills. And we select clinical skills to be taught in this program because sometimes it is, let us say that it is not take enough on all our institute, especially if we need to use certain strategies or model for teaching clinical skills. So we need you to demonstrate understanding of teaching procedural skills, either in practical or clinical. So you use a unique approach, which is the 4-step approach for teaching skills. Recognize the criteria for constructive feedback. So by the end of this session, you could give a constructive feedback either for theoretical assessment or for teaching, and during teaching, especially clinical teaching. Also, the importance of feedback and the reflection will be covered in this session. The same way of teaching will be also in clinical teaching, related to starting by prerequisite reading material, followed by the face-to-face session that include interactive mini lecture and hand-on practical in both, using the 4-step approach for teaching skills and giving how to give a constructive feedback, especially in clinical setting. So this in brief, the two sessions related to educational method, assessment, and teaching clinical skills. Let us return back to my project, and I intended to include this slide about my project. By the way, my project was in the year 2010 for 2 years, but till now it is still a live project. I use it in my work in delivering a mini workshop training course, published it more than 1 times in medical teacher, in other journals. I established two assessment unit and assessment center based on this project, which is related to assessment. So one of my home message today is to consider your project as a lifelong project that will live with you all over. This is Delhi airport, and is as mentioned by Dr. Ilham, Prof. Ilham, this is more than 10 years when I started the journey in CMCL FEMAR in India. And this is some photo from the session in 2010. I think maybe you know Janet, Prof. Janet Grant, which is one of the international faculty in our program and all FEMAR program. And this is the photo of the group photo for the fellows in my batch in 2010. And this is the photo for the first batch in 2019. And I'm delighted that I one of the faculty. Actually, it took about 10 years to be faculty. But actually, who joined ASU MENA FRI, I think that they are lucky than me, because as you see, many of them now are faculty. We have Dr. Hala, for example, Prof. Sana, and mashallah, many of them now among our prestigious faculty member in ASU MENA FRI. So it took from them maybe not more than months, not years like me. And this is the first group of our faculty member in 2019. And mashallah, I am proud to be one of all of them, either the national or international faculty member. So by the end, I'd like to welcome you to FEMAR family. Hopefully with your project, your journey with us, you will enjoy the family and enjoy the community of practice and the network that will develop soon, inshallah, with ASU MENA FRI. Thank you.
Professor Dr. Amal Hashish. Welcome, Dr. Amal.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Nanda. This is time for the scholarship module. My name is Amal Hashish. I'm a professor of surgery, international certified trainer, and I am a Femarian from Philadelphia, 2014. I have a master's degree in medical education and American diploma of specified faculty development. Scholarship module is concerned about research and research methodology. Okay, so the scholarship module is concerned about research and research methodology. So why this module is important? Actually, it is important for us as academician and clinician for promotion. We are usually doing research. It is a requirement for our position in our faculties. It is used for teaching others, and we need it for our project. So research in medical education is a special type of research. It is a tool for building knowledge and facilitation of learning, and it is essential to introduce change in our institution. It is helping in making informed decision about the educational resources, and it helps to improve the quality of the existing teaching program. So research in general is important, and doing research in medical education also is important. So in your project, you will do your project in one of these 5 domains. You can do your project in curriculum development, in teaching, in assessment, in mentoring and coaching and advising, or even in educational leadership and administration. In order to do that and to highlight what is scholarship, this is our objective. So one of our objectives is to understand what is research, and specifically what is research in medical education. And we will recognize the steps of doing research in general, starting by formulating the research question, then choosing the research design, then carrying out the data, and then doing data analysis, then writing your manuscript, and then dissemination of your research and project. And this is called the research cycle. And we are going to highlight every part of this research cycle in the residential session. As I said, we will highlight first the research question. We will discuss what is a research question and what are the types of research question. And there will be a hands-on technique for how to write your research question by yourself. We will also discuss the research methodology, which is the science of studying how research is done scientifically, and we will discuss the research design, and we will differentiate between qualitative and quantitative research and how to differentiate between the data collection for both types. We will also discuss the mixed type of research and the methodology of triangulation. So all these types of research will be discussed: the cross-sectional study, cohort study, grounded theory, etc. And also we will highlight the hierarchy of evidence for these research, which will help us in our practical work and in our project. We will have a lot of examples on qualitative, quantitative, and mixed type of research. We will know what is phenomenology, case control study, etc. We will also highlight the data collection tools, and we will focus on the questionnaires and the focus group discussion. And we will also highlight how to analyze these data and what about the validity and reliability of analyzing this data. So this module aim to throw the light on the art and science of doing research and on the research methodology. So the ultimate goal of this scholarship module is, number one, to increase your integration skills by helping you to know how to do a literature review and how to critically appraise research studies. It will also help you to apply the ideas and theory in the field of medical education. It will also help you to find an innovative teaching material and strategies, and will help you to find a project and research to do it in this field. And of course, it will help you in your project. So as regards your project plan, this module will help you to go successfully step by step in your project. So to wrap up, this is a summary of our objectives. As I said, we will understand what is medical education research and what is research in general, and how to formulate research question, what are the types of study designs, and how to choose the study design that is suitable for your project or your research, and how to collect data, and what are the strengths and weaknesses of each type of study design. We have to know that medical education is accountable through its research arm. Ultimately, your research and your project will help in improvement the patient care and improvement the healthcare system in our community. So let us start our journey in scholarship module and in ASU MENA FRI program. And I hope you all the best in your program. And you have to know that by this program, we are going to bridge the line between practicing medicine and doing educational research. So wishing you all the best. Good luck. كل عام وأنتم طيبين جميعا. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Amal. This is a very fascinating and very nice and interesting presentation. I like very much the technique of your presentation, and I think it's very interesting to all of us. And you really elaborated very well. So now we come to Dr. Sana in monitoring and learning the ML web.
Assalamu alaikum, dear colleagues and professors. I am Sana Aradi. I am professor of histology and cell biology in Alexandria Faculty of Medicine. I am also a member of the medical education department and was the director of the quality assurance unit. I am a peer reviewer since 2009 in Egypt and other Arab countries. Currently, I am the vice president for the higher education in NAQA, which is the National Authority for Quality Assurance and Accreditation of Education in Egypt. Actually, I am proud to be one of the MENA FRI fellows of the first batch, fellows 2019 with my dear colleague, Dr. Randa, my dear colleagues, Dr. Hala, and other colleagues in this wonderful fellowship, and honored to be also a MENA FRI faculty for the last two batches, 2021 and 2021 and 22, and too much honored to be among my colleagues in delivering this wonderful fellowship. I am responsible with my other dear colleagues, Dr. Hani, Dr. Marwa, and many others in this module, which is ML Web, and this means mentoring and learning web. What is the ML Web? Actually, it is a distance learning experience within a community of practice. Dr. Randa just mentioned in the start of this presentation of this informative session that the fellowship has two parts. One part which is face-to-face, what we call it residential session, and the other part is a distant learning or e-learning part, which is done through this ML Web courses or modules. The meaning of the ML Web is in these two words, the mentoring and the learning. So this is a unique educational activity that meant to deepen the fellows' knowledge about various topics of health profession, and also giving them the opportunity to build up the famous FAMER community of practice. It is a kind of activity that will foster the self-learning skills, the collaborative learning skills, and definitely it is an adult learning strategies. The ML Web experience occurs via many modules. Each module lasts for 3 weeks. The round extends for 8 months. In each year, this ML Web modules extend for 8 months in year 1 as well as in year 2 fellowship. It is not a personal activity like the project. It is rather a group activity. So each group is a mix of year 1 fellows and year 2 fellows, and mentored by a faculty advisors. What about the topics of the ML Web? Actually, there are varieties of topics that are suggested for these ML Web modules. But the most important thing is that the final decision returns back to the fellows, who are responsible by themselves to choose what are the topics that suits their needs and according to their context and desire of learning. Actually, by the end of ML Web round, either in year 1 and year 2, the fellows would definitely increase their knowledge about several topics of health profession, will be able to design an e-learning module, serve as an e-moderator for these modules, definitely utilize and get to know new technologies that support the e-learning, which is a hot topic nowadays after the Corona dilemma, and also apply all that have been taught or know about in the residential session about the instructional and curriculum design principle to create meaningful interaction and engagement among all participants. Also, from the other point of view, this ML Web function as an effective team working in a virtual learning environment and apply the team dynamic rules in a practical, definite way. Also, this will lead for to a consequence for all fellows to have their own community of practice that will provide interpersonal support for all fellows, expand the fellows' professional network, and promote the scholarly collaborations that just we heard about it from Dr. Amal. At the end, I am thank you and thank the kind invitation of the FAMER leadership for participating in this informative session, and wishing you all Ramadan Kareem and happy Easter for all of my colleagues. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sana, for the ML Web introduction, which is really very interesting, combining both the mentoring and the learning capabilities of all the fellows and the advisors. And now we come to last but not least, which is a very, very important moment for all of us, which is the program evaluation that will be presented by our dear friend and colleague, Dr. Zainab. Tfaddali, Dr. Zainab.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Zainab Sayed. I'm professor of clinical oncology and at Ain Shams University, and I'm a FEMER Fellow of Philadelphia in 2017 and ASU MENA faculty since 2019. Next, please, Walid. And this is a photo of my FEMER fellowship in Philadelphia. In this part, I'm going to talk about a very important part, as Dr. Randa said, which is program evaluation. Next, please, Walid. The most important part of our program evaluation is your constructive feedback. Actually, your feedback matters to all of us. How do we do this in our program? Next, please, Walid. We have a survey monkey to collect your opinions and your feedback. Next, please, Walid. And this is done actually daily during the residential session. At the end of each day, you receive a link on your emails to complete this survey monkey throughout the whole residential session. This feedback takes only around 5 minutes, and it's very short, but very important to all of us. We have also what's called retrospective pre-post survey. This is a much bigger survey that takes place at the end of each year during the residential session. It's about 30 minutes. And during this survey, you reflect on your whole journey because we want to know what you have actually gained and achieved from the program. We have also a survey monkey for the ML Web to get your feedback. And we have a feedback survey also for the Moodle asynchronous courses. So as you can see, at each step, we have this survey and this feedback form collection. In these surveys, we have both, as Dr. Amal said, we have the 5 to 7 Likert scale to collect quantitative data, statistics, and we have also open-ended and comments, open-ended questions and comments to which we analyze as qualitative data. Next, please. So faculty, every day before the coming session, they see these statistics and they see your opinions and your feedback, and they work on it. And before starting the next session, Dr. Randa discusses with you, after discussing with faculty, she discusses with you each point of your feedback, and we use this feedback to improve the program. This feedback is totally anonymous. And we deal with your data very confidentially, so it's anonymous, but it's very important. And this makes our program is like a dynamic program, because we may change something upon your opinions. We may discuss something to change in the next year. And we care a lot about you and about your how do you think, what do you think of the program? Next, please, Walid. So this is a part of a whole program improvement method, and hopefully you will complete these surveys when you join the FEMER, because as we said, it is a very important part. This constructive feedback is a very important part, and your voice will be always heard and taken care with. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you all in our FEMER family. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Zainab. for your presentation and putting the program evaluation into very nice words and the Survey Monkey, which I think is very, very much important for all of us because it's a constructive feedback, right? All
Yes.
right. Now we do have 15 minutes for questions and answers. And if anyone have a question, please raise your hands and we are going to settle down with the questions and try to answer as faculty. So does anyone have any question or comments? Dr. Iman Magdi, would you like to start to ask your question? And open your camera, please.
Yes, thank you very much for this informative session. I'm an assistant professor of ophthalmology at Cairo University, very much interested in medical education. I've had publications before, and I've spoken in the AMI conference twice. Last year during the lockdown and in Vienna in 2019. Mostly interested in teaching and learning methodology. And first of all, I would like to thank you for على الوقت being punctual. I'm very impressed in السيشن خد بالظبط نفس الميعاد اللي انت قلت عليه في كل حاجة، ودي حاجة بصراحة نادرة ومبهرة جدا being بالظبط 8 minutes وخلص في نفس الوقت. أنا بس مش قادرة أفهم قوي. أنا شفت الإعلان
Can you speak in English, please, Dr. Iman? Because there are some
of the audience are not okay.
Yes.
Do not speak Arabic. I would like to know how can being a FAMER fellow enhance my career or add to my career options. And if there is any opportunity in joining later on, like being faculty in one of the FAMER centers worldwide, or do we have to, or being faculty is only restricted for certain achievers or certain people, or you have to join in your same country of residential program? And the second question is about the cost. If there is cost, is it cost free, or if there are fees? And I want to make sure if it's 2 years, the part-time or full-time, it will take 2 years of how many hours of commitment we will need. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Iman. This is 4 questions.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right, because yes, these are, we have to answer this question. Dr. Ilham, would you like to answer the prospects of being a fellow, a FAMER fellow first? And then
it's
Dr.
my pleasure,
Hera.
Dr. Randa. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Thank you, Dr. Iman, for your interest in this program, and I'm very happy to know there is ophthalmologists eager and keen to develop their skills in education and teaching. How FAMER will change our career and how FAMER will open chances, opportunity for other positions. Definitely the answer yes. FAMER, what we learn in the FAMER, they are core skills needed in our profession as educator. So it will open great chances and opportunity in the market to join many educational institutes. And happily in the last years, any announcement to join any of the educational institutes always ask for some credentials in medical education. So getting these credentials, and one of the very prestigious credentials to be to earn this professional degree in medical education, definitely will make your CV strong enough to get the opportunity of any new job you want to join. And if you are happy in Cairo University, like me, I am from Cairo University, you will teach your student differently. So you will be one of the teachers and educators. They always ask for you and seek for your classes to join. because definitely you will be practicing this profession different. So I hope I answered this question for you. Thank you so much. Merci, Dr. Aranda. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So the second question, is there a potential for the female fellows to be faculty at the different institutes? The answer is yes. There is a potential. The female fellows may be potential faculty, and this is decided by many factors, including yourself and your interest and the leaders of the different female institutes. So the second question is about the time that is needed and the commitment that is needed for the female. Dr. Sana, would you please answer this?
Okay, Dr. Randa. So there is no definite time for what I can say about the commitment, but the residential session is 2 weeks for each year, because I found that question in the chat about how long is this residential session. It is about 2 weeks for those who lives abroad. They have to come to Cairo, I think, Dr. Randa, this year, because it will not be online like the 2 previous years. So these are committed full day from 9 to 5 for 10 working days through 2 weeks in the start of each fellowship year. And in between, the rest of the year will be completely online online learning. I would say not a burden, but it needs commitment, because there is no examination. I noticed also a question in the chat. There is no examination, but there will be tasks to be done. And if you are not delivering your tasks, you are not going to be able to graduate unless you fulfill certain tasks to be delivered in a good quality. So there is no examination, no exams, but all of the tasks should be delivered in time and in good quality. Did this answer? And this, of course, depend upon the time. By sure, you have to commit sometimes in your schedule for the fellowship all along the 2 years.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sana. I just want to mention the fees. Dr. Iman was asking about the fees, and I know that this is a very important question. It is about $5,000 or what is equivalent to it in Egyptian pounds, but there is a scholarship according to the for the Egyptians and for the non-Egyptians, which may reach about 50% for the Egyptians and about 40%, and this applied for last years. Now we have to talk about the fees this year, and there is an inflation rate, and we have to discuss this with the administration as well. So this was what is going on. Are there more questions about the application? When there is a question about when are those 2 weeks held during the year? Actually, they are held at the beginning of the year in January, and you will be, once you are accepted, you will be informed about the exact time, because of course, if it is a face-to-face, you have to arrange and prepare yourself for traveling and for the accommodation and so on. When is the deadline for the applying? The application for the deadline is by the end of the 31st of July 2022, and the conditions for the scholarship, this will be actually studied by according to the economic status of the country, and according to many, once you are accepted, it will be discussed with the administration as well. $5,000 is not actually the cost. There will be a fund that is, as I have told you before, it would be 50% or 40% for the non-Egyptians. Does anyone else need to be asking about anything related to the FEMER? This is very interesting. This means that you all are acquainted with the FEMER now. So if I don't have...
Dr. Randa, can I put a small word for our colleague who are interested in making this FEMER Institute?
Yes.
The workload, actually, طبعا, thank you for Dr. Sana for giving us how the work is needed during the FEMER fellowship. But roughly, you should spare around 5 hours a week, which is not a long time. Yani if you want to make the job needed in a perfect way, even, you want to spare 5 hours a week during your fellowship program, which is not too much time, actually. So it's doable. This is the thing I want to add.
Yeah.
It's a doable program, yes.
All right. So there is another important question, which is how should I present my project? Just an idea or with the detailed methodology? Dr. Muhammad, would you please answer this question? How should I present my project? Is it just an idea or with detailed methodology? They are worried, our fellows are worried about the presentation of the project.
Okay.
But because of your sustainable project, you have to ensure them about that.
Thank you, Dr. Randa, and thank you for this important question. Actually, let us start from scratch about the project. I think the ideal is to think about a problem in your institution, in any area, as one of the questions related to types of project. In any area, you know that the FEMER project is related to innovative curricular project. So it could be in the area of teaching or learning, in curriculum design, in e-learning, in assessment, in quality, in accreditation. All field of medical education could be a start of or a nucleus for project. So if you are interested, for example, like me in assessment, and you find that we are struggling in, for example, Dr. Iman in clinical assessment in ophthalmology, for example, or you wanted to apply the workplace-based assessment in for residential program in your institute or your college. So start to like any project by the research problem, and you have certain objective to be achieved through this project. But the good idea in education that you need to solve some problems or obstacles in your institution, in any area, or you need to apply a new teaching strategy, problem-based learning, team-based learning, whatever. So convert this idea to a research problem, what is the objective and outcomes, even if you at this moment put it in just a rough design or not complete design as usual or as you want, but have a brilliant idea and have outcomes. And through, as mentioned by Dr. Hala, through the program management sessions, you will, and even through the residential session, there is a lot of fine-tuning of your ideas. But start by these ideas, start by literature review about what is done in this area, and go ahead in writing the proposal. And I think, Dr. Randa, we can share some of previous proposal with the group to know how the previous proposal were written, and you can be guided by this proposal. So I think this is what a simple idea or a simple start, and go ahead. And I think, inshallah, you will find guidance and help starting from if you of us could help to guide you during the process of writing the proposal of your project till the end, inshallah. Thank you.
Yes, sure. Thank you, Dr. Muhammad. Dr. Zainab, this question is for you. Can I adapt my institutional proposed project or should come up with a new one? What do you think?
Actually, you can adapt your institutional proposed project because you want to do something which is applicable. Sometimes a novel idea may not be appropriate for your institution. So it is how you are going to apply this idea, how you are going to make use of the project to make benefit to your institution, your university, your country, your region. So we may use some ideas that may appear that others have done it, but we are going to do it in our context and in our environment. Hopefully this answers your question.
Yes, sure. So Dr. Hala, would you please answer this in short? What are the criteria for writing the project or the idea?
The criteria, I think, Dr. Ranga, there is a template on the side of the ASU MENA FRI, on the application side. There is a template that help you to write your project. Some question to answer this question. At the end, you write your project, but you have to have the idea, the problem, the gap in your institute, what as a change agent, what you want to change in your institute. You have the idea, then go to the application or the ASU MENA FRI site. You will find a template. Answer the question in the template. It's so easy.
Share the template. I mean, you have to follow the template. Sorry.
Yes,
you have to follow the template.
But must have the idea of a project. What you want to, what's your dream? I think it's a dream. What you to achieve your dream. That's right. And then follow the question in the template. You will apply the proposed project.
Yes, this is easy. So another very specific question by Shireen: how will candidates be chosen only based on the project, or is there other criteria for choosing the candidates? Dr. Amal, would you please answer this question because you have great experience in this as one
Thank you, Dr. Randa. Thank you, Dr. Randa. As regards the choosing criteria, we mainly depend on the project, the idea of the project. And I have to echo what has been said about the project. Number one, you have to find a problem in your institution and you want to solve this problem. Then you will have your research question or project question or the objective which you want to do. So there is a gap and you want to fill this gap by your research. So your research question or your project should be feasible, it should be interesting, it should be novel as far as you can. It should be ethical, of course, and should be relevant, and you have to assure the sustainability of your project in your institution. Because as Dr. Hala said, you are a change agent, so you have to find a point that you can change something in your institution. As regards the choosing criteria, we are depending mainly on the items in the project, if it is feasible, if you can apply it, is it promising project, and based on that we are choosing the candidate. There is no other items as far as I know. We cannot exclude anybody who is presenting a good project for the institute. And to have some help, as Dr. Muhammad Hassanin said, there are some projects, if you Google the International FAMER in Philadelphia, you will find the previous project that is written by us and many of other colleagues. And also, if you are searching in the ASU MENA FRI, you can find a previous project done by other colleagues. It may help you, and it may throw the light on some problems that can help you or guide you to find a research problem or a project problem or idea or a theory that you want to apply or you want to do your project in. Thank you, Dr. Randa.
Thank you very much, Dr. Amal. So here are some YouTubes about some of the projects that have been delivered through the YouTubes, and you can browse these actually. So I think we have been finished with the question, and we are on time, thanks God. And I would like first to thank you all for attending this informative session. And if you have more questions, you can contact us directly on the Female Regional Institute. And last but not least, I would like to thank very much my dear colleagues, the faculty, Dr. Hala, Dr. Amal, Dr. Ilham, Dr. Muhammad, Dr. Zainab, and Dr. Hala, and Dr. Sana for attending and give us this precious time during this Ramadan night. And happy Easter and Ramadan Kareem. And of course, I would like to thank our working team who are working usually behind the scenes. And thank you very much, and good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sana.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Bye.